Hello, folks in the Prompt and Prosper community. I wanted to make a special note here. I'm going to do this all the time, by the way, but today I want to talk about authenticity. Now, the whole reason for this community existing is to use AI to build better content, right? So we want to build content faster and we want that content to be better, right? But the key is we want it to be our content. And so that's why I'm going to talk a little bit about authenticity and why it's important. Now, you can go to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever else and say, write me an article on blank, structure it this way, and spit it out. You can post it up on your blog. You can post it on Medium. Great. Guess what? People are doing that all over the place right now. Here's 2 reasons why you shouldn't do that. And I'll use blog articles as an example, but it really applies to any sort of content. Authenticity is super important. The first reason is it's the right thing to do, right? It's the right thing to put out content that is yours, that you know is true, that you know is authentic in your voice. That's the right thing to do. So when you're putting out an article that says, here's how you can cure heartworm in dogs, which is the example that I used in one of my prompts. If I put that out there, then I'm basically using a fake authority, right? I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know anything about this stuff. So if I'm putting it out there under my name, under Jeremy Morgan, I'm using a false authority. And let's be real, most of your content is viewed by people who don't know you. That's the entire point, is you want your content to be out there so that new people see it and say, hey, I really like this guy or gal. I like what they're talking about, and I believe and I trust in what they're saying. So if I put out an article or a YouTube video on how to prevent heartworm in dogs, I'm kind of putting a false authority out there, right? I don't really know whether what I'm saying is true. And people might bring it up and say, oh, this guy must be a vet, must be a nutritionist, but I'm not, right? So false authority will get you nowhere. So if I put out something on, how to create a Python virtual environment and why that's good, well, I've been a software engineer for decades. So yes, I can tell you that this stuff that I'm saying is true. Now, I may have went to ChatGPT and said, hey, help me figure out how to structure this YouTube video. Help me bring up some points that I haven't thought of, etc. All of these different things, so that all of a sudden, instead of this just silly one-off thing, it's a more complete package, and it's better, and it provides more information. I say, I want these takeaways to come out of it, etc. But at the core, I know why Python and virtual environments are a good thing to have, right? So all I'm saying is it's the right thing to do. Only speak on the things that you have the authority to speak on. If you don't have that authority, then go out and get it, right? If you really want to corner the real estate market, then go get your real estate license and become a real estate agent and learn these things and share what you learned. Now, reason number 2. That's reason number 1 is because it's the right thing to do and false authority gets you nowhere. Reason number 2 is everybody else is doing it. You know this. Everyone else is going out and they're using ChatGPT to spam articles. There's people that are creating these automated things where they're writing 3 articles a day and pushing it out to Medium and pushing them all over the place, and everybody else is doing it. So how are you going to corner that market? How are you going to differentiate yourself from everybody else? Well, the answer to that is by being authentic and being you, using your voice, your way of teaching, your way of doing things, and speaking from what you know. That's going to be your differentiator. So if you don't have any moral problems with it and you're like, yeah, I don't care, I'm going to use ChatGPT to generate all of my content, that's fine. You don't have a moral objection to that. However, you are going to be competing with thousands of other people who are putting out crap and spamming the internet, and it's not going to be any good and you're not going to get anywhere. So if you really want to push your business forward, if you really want to become a content creator, if you really want to get your personal brand and name out there, then you need to find your voice, find the things you're good at, and talk about it. And then use ChatGPT as an assistant, as a mentor, etc. So this is basically like hiring 5 people to do different jobs, right? You can have generative AI review the stuff that you've written and tell you what's wrong with it. You can use generative AI to brainstorm new content, new ideas. What haven't I thought of yet? You can use ChatGPT to make this more engaging and exciting. You can use it to fit it into this type of structure. We want to do an inverted pyramid. And so completely change how I'm talking about this and how I'm typing. That's the appropriate use of AI. That's what we're teaching here at Prompt and Prosper. we're teaching you the authentic way, the right way to do this content creation. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and share it with you. Feel free to roast me in the comments if you think I'm way out of line, or, feel free to tell me how you're using it. Maybe it's something different. And I look forward to talking with you all. Thank you for being a member of the Prompt and Prosper community.